Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to the 4-String Strummer, the channel that's all about ukuleles. This week, we're going to get back at it after a nice little Christmas, New Year's break. Hope you all had some fun with family and friends. And we're going to kick things off with a tune that was made popular by Peter, Paul, and Mary. Now, we just lost Peter Yarrow on January the 7th, unfortunately. I think he was the ripe old age of about 87. Certainly lived a full life. So, let's get started with this. We're going to do a little bit of thumb and strum here on this tune called 500 Miles. Alright, so let's take a look at the chords first. We're going to play it in G this time. I did this one before, I think we played it in C. So we're going to play it in G. And it goes like this, starts with G. If you miss the train I'm on, E minor, then you, A minor, know that I am gone, C. You can A minor, the whistle blow. C. 100 miles. Didn't know how many miles it was. Back up to D. Then you go back down to G. 100 miles, 100 E minor, 100 A minor, 100 C. You can A minor, up, up, boom, boom, back to D, 100 G, just like that. So before we get into the thumb and strum technique we're going to do today, we'll just do a nice basic strum. So if you're just getting started off, folks, you can play along with us here. So you can just do a nice little paintbrush here like we do. So it's just hitting it with your thumb, brush it with your fingers. If you miss the train I'm on. Now if you want, you can see I'm doing my paintbrush, but I'm also doing a sledgehammer every once in a while too, just to kind of break it up. So it's same thing, except you come back up with your thumb. Paintbrush, sledgehammer. Paintbrush, sledgehammer. Okay, so you just mix those two together and just drop them in wherever you like, and you can play the entire song just like that. All right, let's take a look at some technique now. Got a couple of neat little techniques that you can work. Now, obviously, you can work this through with any song that you want. And one of the things that I do is I do this little lobster claw thing. I've talked about it a couple times, but it's sort of a little thumb and finger pinch thing. I've never really done proper finger picking with my thumb and two fingers. I always end up just kind of using one thumb, all I have on this hand unfortunately, and one finger. So I do a kind of a little thing like that, but I also do this little pluck thing. And if you've got a high G or a low G, this will still work. It just gives you a real nice sort of a ring. So let me just show you what I mean here, and you'll hear it. See how it can work? Now, you might not want to play the entire song that way, but every once in a while, like I said before in the previous little part about strumming, how you can break it up. So you can add this little lobster claw pinch thing wherever you want. You don't have to use it all the way through. But it is a really nice sort of a sound because it gives you that nice sort of ring. Now, if I had a low G, right, then you would have the low G here and the high G here, and it would give it sort of that nice sort of balancing sound, right? When I play it on the high G, it gives it a really nice sort of upper end ring to it. So give it a try. See how I'm doing it? I'll show you all the individual notes, but you can see there I kind of tend to mix it with a little bit of a strum. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about this thumb and strum thing and how we can work that together with our little lobster claw pinch here. All right, let's take a look at that now. All right, so to get a little bit more into the specifics of the actual tune, like the actual notes, let's take a little closer look here. So like I always say, right, you need to kind of strum and stop until you find that first note. If it's right there on the G string, it's also down here on your second string when you're playing your G. Okay, so if you got a low G, that's fine. You can pick it up here. Just like that. All right. So if you miss, you're just lifting up that second finger. So it's lift and drop, lift and drop. Go up to your E minor. And you just lift it. And then you're going to aim for that second string. Now, again, folks, you don't have to be so exact with this. As long as you're, like, if you strum even the first three strings, you're still going to hear it. Hear it? And you'll know. You go up to your A minor. Know that, and then you just drop your finger here, either one, at the second fret on the first string. Drop it and lift it. Know that I am. You go to the second string, the third fret. Then you play your C. You can. You drop your second finger here at the third fret on the second string. You can hear. Back to your A minor, open, and you strum it all the way down to get that first string ringing. Again, drop it, lift it, whistle, blow, back to C. So you're on the second string here, 500 miles, and you go to your D there, and then you run it all the way down. Notice that those two are miles. You could do your pinch thing there, right? And then you basically just do pretty much the same thing again. So let's go back to the G. So basically the same there, just lift and drop, lift and drop. Up to your E minor. Same thing, lift and drop. Same thing, right? So we go from the A minor. We use our second or third finger there, whatever you're more comfortable with, on the first string at the second fret. Then you go up to the second string, third fret. Up to your C. Then you just drop your second finger again at the third fret on the second string. Back to your A minor. Go right to the D. Then you go to the fourth fret here with your pinky finger on the third string. Then you lift your first finger. And you go right back to the G. All right, one more time through. Here we go. Sounds nice, right? All right, let's talk about how we can vary this up a little bit now using different techniques that we've talked about. All right, here we go. Good. So what you can do here is you can start to, take these different elements that we've talked about, whether it's the paintbrush strum, the sledgehammer strum, the lobster claw pinch, and you can also just do a thumb strum where you stop every once in a while, sort of that strum and stop method that we talked about in an earlier video. And you can start for instance, you could start your strum, your paintbrush or your sledgehammer strum on the melody note as well. Like that, where you're really emphasizing the individual notes if you want, and then filling it in with a little bit of strumming as you go. And you just vary up how much strumming you want and how much strum sound you want and how much pick sound you want. And you can make that choice based on your own personal preference, what you like the sound of, but also if you're playing with other people, for example, and somebody else is filling in the rhythm a little bit more in the background, you might want to go with a little bit more of the individual exact notes. If you're playing on your own, then you might find that you want to play it with a little bit more strumming to make it sound fuller. If you're doing the singing part and you're playing on your own, you might just want to strum. All right, so what we'll do, let me just kind of play it through a little bit and give you an idea of some of the different ways that you can mix this up. It doesn't have to be one way or the other. These are just some examples for you. All right, here we go. All right, get your uke on your lap and let's play it through. And what I'll do is I'm going to play, some of the different techniques, etc. I'll mix and match them as we go along to give you an idea what they sound like. And yeah, there'll be an opportunity to do some, instrumentals, etc., etc. Push yourself a little bit, but not too hard that you get too frustrated with it. All right, here we go. Starts with G. If you miss the train I'm on, then you know that I have gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Lord, I'm one, Lord, I'm two, Lord, I'm three, Lord, I'm four, Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home. 500 miles, 500 miles, 500 miles, 500 miles. Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home. Not a shirt on my back, not a penny to my name. Lord, I can't go back home this away, this away, this away, this away, this away. Lord, I can't go back home this away. 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Another great old tune and some little techniques to add to your toolbox, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to join us on our Facebook group, the Four String Strummers. Lots of lovely people from all around the world to interact with and talk ukuleles. All right, folks, until we see you next time, keep smiling, keep strumming, and have fun. Maybe with one of these videos right over here. Bye for now.